Today is the Wednesday, I think it's April 7th edition of the Attitude of Gratitude video. Let me get in the center of the camera. Well, Tokyo Biker Mama wanted me to do the video without the TV in the background. I couldn't quite understand what was bothering her about that. But your wish is my command. I moved the bed. I put my chair back in front of the computer. That was kind of silly of me, laying on the bed and browsing the internet all day. But it got kind of old. It got kind of uncomfortable laying on my side, so I had to change. But I'm thankful for A this morning. I made it last night. It wasn't easy for me. Here's the Mag Dog. But I had a lot of social anxiety going on last night, and a lot of trepidation about going. I just knew I was going to, and wouldn't it be my luck, they'd have to ask you to hold up your hand to get a sponsor. It'd be just my luck. And I felt like I was being dishonest for not holding up my hand, because I do need a sponsor. But then Mary wrote on the blog, I'm not sure how to say your blog name, is Mixtotus, and about you getting 18 years sober without a sponsor and never sharing. And that was like that's made me geek out as far as a person with social anxiety, though. I thought, well, maybe I could do that too. Maybe I could go 18 years sober without having to share and get a sponsor, and that would really suit my social anxieties. That would make me happy. I appreciate the feedback I got on that short blog post from Beth and Mary and others. But Maggie hears something. She's got to go outside and check out the boogers. But another thing I'm thankful for, this is a funny story. This is about Mom. It's good to have Mom back in town. It's business as usual again. And Mom called me last night, late last night. It was 11. I'd been asleep since Dad left with my medications. And she goes, what groceries do you want? She had a pen and paper. She's going to make out a list. She doesn't like for me to go with her. I'd normally go with her and just get my groceries, and all she had to do is write a check out of my account. And she's able to write checks on my account. And she prefers to go herself. She says it's easier. She says I get in the way. She says I'll spend too much too. I'll get to wanting stuff that I shouldn't have, like 4 2 liters of Coca-Cola instead of 3. But I asked for 2 liters of Coca-Cola. She says, are you sure you want all that caffeine? She says, your daddy would say something about that. And I said, Mama, just don't tell him. Give me 2 liters of Coca-Cola. Let me splurge on grocery day. It's so special to me. Then I told her I wanted Marie Callender meals, and she goes, are you sure you want Marie Callender meals? Because that kind of makes it hard on your bulimia. But the lean cuisine just weren't enough. They're small portioned, and they're kind of bland, and they don't have a lot of sodium in them. And I find myself adding a lot of salt and doctoring them up, putting butter in them, and so I'm defeating the whole purpose of them being healthful. And the Marie Callender meals are real fatty and filling. And I told her to get me those. She's going to worry about it. She'll call me several times during the week to ask if I'm doing okay about the Marie Callender meals. But what else am I thankful for? Thankful for Dad last night. He was in a really super mood. I was really surprised at how good a mood he was in last night. He was so glad to see me. He said, hey, how are you, son, as he was walking across the yard. Me and Maggie always open the front door. Maggie will bark and carry on as he walks across the yard. She gets excited about him being here. She was so glad to see him. And Maggie will not eat her dog food unless Dad gives it to her. If I give it to her, she'll turn up her nose. And I was so glad to see Maggie eat a whole bowl of dog food last night because Dad gave it to her, so I'm thankful for that. She's been eating people food, and it's not, my vet says it's not good for her, but I think for years my great-grandmother gave all her dogs cornbread. She cooked a pan of cornbread every night for the dogs to feed them. And they lived off of that for years, and they all lived to be 12 or 13 years old, so it makes me think that we can be a little silly sometimes about how kind of care we give our pets. But I love Maggie. I just want her to be happy, so she gets some people food, and she gets the beef jerky every night too. What else have I got to be thankful for? I guess that's about it. I don't want this to be a long video. Oh, last night I was talking to Mom on the phone about the groceries and my phone gave out. I've had this cordless phone for about 2 years. Well, Mom spent about $20 for it at Walmart. You get what you pay for. The phone only lasted 2 years. It finally gave out. We were in the middle of a conversation. Well, my answering machine can still pick up the phone calls, but I just can't talk back. And Mom called us 6 messages, and it was already almost midnight by that time. She was worried. She finally drove over here. It was midnight, and she drove over here. I got so worried you had one of those bad instant panic attacks, and you fell down and you dropped your phone and broke it. And leave it up to Mom to think of the worst case scenario. I said, no, the phone's giving out, so she's going to go to Walmart and get me a new phone. I said, give me a nice phone. Don't give me a cheap phone. Well, I have a phone just like yours, and it's lasted for years. I said, well, mine didn't last for 2 years, so get me a nice phone. Give me a Sony or a Panasonic. Don't get me a VTech. So she's on a mission. And she asked me about my orange drink. If I need any, she'll buy me 20 canisters of it at one time. And just like another little story about Mom, and I will close. She asked me last night if I wanted Snicker bars. I said, yeah, I'm addicted to the Snickers bars. I like to have one every day, 1 or 2 every day. And Mama found with her senior discount card and her Kroger Plus card, she can get them for 29 cents each. Well, she says, I'm going to get you 20 tomorrow. And I said, Mom, I don't need to be eating that much Snickers bars. She says, no, I'm going to get you 20. I can get, that'll only be about $10 for 20 Snickers bars. She got 10 last week, and they were only $6.20. So I'm going to be getting lots of Snickers bars, and I'm going to be getting Coca-Colas, and it's going to be a good day. I'll be happy to get it. Well, let me close. These videos just keep getting longer and longer. I appreciate all of you, and I really appreciate Annabelle Jennifer posting her computer specs on her blog of her new laptop. That just geeked me out. I love reading that. That was my favorite blog post for the day yesterday. So, love you all, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Goodbye.